huge new revelation from Wikileaks this hour has exposed a sweeping surveillance industry which has been developing spyware for governments to track and control their citizens. RT was among the very few media outlets given access to the documents prior to their release. Well, data interception, mass monitoring, individual tracking, those are just a number of services that were provided by some Western companies. The revelations have been outlined in thousands of pages, which featured trade brochures, memos and invoices. The documents obtained by Wikileaks indicate that companies were making money on selling the technology to governments around the world. Among the countries were Bahrain and Oman, which were provided with so-called monitoring systems. This kind of spyware could be used to snoop on activists and opposition members without their consent, as RT's Polly Boyko reports.
Say goodbye to the days of super sleuths, gadgets and surveillance bugs. To invade a person's privacy, listen into their phone calls and view their internet activity and emails, all you need is spyware. Wikileaks' newest leak, Spy Files 3, reveals that it's British companies that are pioneering the technology. This is a promotional video for Gamma International about its advanced surveillance software. The promo boasts that the technology can be installed inside an internet server, which in turn allows a government to infect any internet user in the country with spyware. Nothing you say, type or capture is safe, and that includes all your online passwords and usernames.
It's a device that a government can purchase and install in the internet service providers. The user would be browsing a legitimate website, and the thin fly device would inject spyware into the legitimate website and infect the user.
Behind me are Gamma International's UK headquarters, from where the company develops and sells the capability to tap into anyone's smartphone or computer. Reporters Without Borders have named the company one of the 5 corporate enemies of the internet. The technology is marketed worldwide to law enforcement agencies as a way of identifying and catching serious criminals. But human rights campaigners say that the software is regularly sold to repressive political regimes, where the definition of criminal can be somewhat different, as one human rights campaigner in Bahrain found out. She says that Gamma's FinSpy surveillance was used to target her after she took part in anti-government protests.
It looked like a genuine email that I'd received from another political activist saying that they were going to begin talks with the King of Bahrain about the future of the country. So I was in fact very intrigued, very curious. The manufacturer was Gamma International. Just opened my eyes into this other world of surveillance technology and monitoring. So we know that the British intelligence carries out this kind of activities, but it's also allowing the private sector to carry out these kind of activities for other foreign governments.
Researchers have identified FinSpy servers around the globe.
We saw it being targeted against Bahraini activists and journalists last year. We've also found servers for the spyware. In other words, it appears to be being used in another number of other countries, such as Turkmenistan, Qatar. We also found a sample of the spyware, the FinSpy spyware, that appeared to be targeted at activists in Ethiopia. The scary thing, at least from my perspective, is that this technology seems to have proliferated around the world without any sort of debate.
It may be the stuff of spy movies, but campaigners say the British government needs to wake up and start regulating whose hands the invasive technology is falling into.
We need to start acting like the weapons that can be used online are exactly the same as the kind of weapons like bombs and guns that can be used to hurt people.
Polly Boyko, RT, London.